Welcome to Magic Gathering Strat. It's me, Dan, and I'm gonna play Trinket. I'm in love with Trinket again, isn't it nice? So I have to play it in Pauper. Hope I don't run into another control deck, but this room is filled with control decks. So I expect another grindy mirror. But I know you love those, so you are not going to cry. Super secret sideboard plan online. Here it is. I can't show it to you because I promised Power T not to do so when I started playing this deck on camera in the very first video back in January 2013 on this channel. I managed to find TheNightPorter. Shout out to him. He is quickly turning into my favorite playtest partner, and that's because 1, he's a patron, and 2, he is on Euro hours. So big shout out. Not the best of hands, but I'm gonna keep it. Gonna dig for blue mana first thing I do. He has some observation about magic. I probably should not tell you about this. We're having conversation at the same time. That makes for a lousy video. Okay. I told him to email me. I am always looking for your opinions about the Magic Gathering Strat project because I need that to be more successful. Mr. Delver! Fortunately, I am incredibly well equipped to deal with a turn 1 Delver. That's kind of what we do here. I have to get the island as I have 2 blue cards in hand. So I'm gonna just not do anything with the blue mana because we need to kill the first turn Delver always. It always has to die. Delver was one of the big reasons to play Trinket back in the day, and I still think the matchup is favored for Trinket. But of course, Delver can beat any deck with a god hand. So we always have to keep spell stat sprite in mind. We don't want anything to get spell stattered. So I'll Trinket Mage for a capsule. Might get countered. But I can't play Ogre because it is within spell stutter range. But I do think it's capsule here. This will be decided by card advantage and 1-for-1s. And Delver has very little true card advantage. Active Ninja is of course the nightmare. And if he now turns into a ninja, I am in deep trouble. And he does. This is the way he wins this matchup. I might even Grim Harvest for Fume Spitter here. Just to have a blocker. Unless I can find a kill spell. A Chainer's Edict is of course the super draw here. Just sets him back very much. So I think I'm gonna Fume Spitter. I'm gonna Grim Harvest, Fume Spitter, lose the Grim Harvest. Because I think that this Muldrifter, Ogre, Sign in Blood is enough to recover. I'm not giving him the card here. I think it is important. I think it is very important. And we've already seen one of the counterspells leave us. And losing the first Grim Harvest here to not give him cards, that is worth it in my opinion. And then Ogre of Skulls can of course block. So maybe if he keeps up all the mana, I could Sign in Blood Ogre of Skulls. Which will of course get snapped. But no card for you, sir. No card. I say no, and I mean it. Bye bye Grim Harvest. But you got to do desperate things, because if he gets to do that, it's the end of the line. Of course he can now spell stat. He will spell stutter the Sign in Blood and feel super clever. And then I will play Ogre of Skulls. Or do I risk the Muldrifter? But if I run into Counterspell then, I'm just dead. But he could also spell stutter Counterspell anyway. So I just changed my mind. We've seen a Counterspell leave. And the problem is if he has like Counterspell and not Spellstat Sprite. But we don't want to give him the Spellstat Sprite value. Here is Muldrifter. It is our best card against his deck. But if he can counter this, I think he's got this game. Oh, we have more chances to recover. But if this resolves, we are in a very, very nice spot. Okay. And it does resolve. Why did he cast a Spellstat Sprite? Oh, I think he thought that it cost 3 and he could double Spellstutter. Then he figured it out. Was that what happened, TheNightPorter? Of course, he would have needed that Spellstat Sprite against my Tragic Slip. But now I have a Muldrifter holding the fortress down. Oh, he says it never seemed to work. It's pretty tricky. Brainstorm. Brainstorm and Preordain. But he has no good answer to the Muldrifter. Because bouncing it is, of course, horrible. Which is why Muldrifter is our #1 card against Delver. He was a bit reluctant to let me film this, so I apologize to TheNightPorter. Kind of pushed him into it, but I think this is turning into an interesting theory discussion about this most important matchup. Because Delver is always the most important matchup for any Pauper deck, as long as Cloud of Fairies remains unbanned. Fortunately, this deck is pretty good at handling Cloud of Fairies. Who am I kidding? Actually, Spellstat Sprite is still really, really nasty. Okay, I am gonna wreck his hand. I'm gonna do all these things. Get an Ogre of Skull Spellstuttered. Be ready to kill Spire Golem next turn. And he will have no hand. I expect this to be Spellstuttered. No, it gets counterspelled. Yeah, of course. If he doesn't counterspell it... and Sign in Blood. And I did play a land, I think, yes. Okay, there is now double value to be gained from the Ogre of Skulls. A ninja would be nasty, but not the end of the world. And if there is a card in his hand, I will sacrifice the Ogre of Skulls. And I might... No, I don't have to do it other because I have the Fume Spitter. But if there is a card in his hand, that card will be gone. Of course, it helps that I have experience from this match. I must have played this at least 50 times. I think that's a point where you should cycle the Cloud of Fairies, because it just doesn't do much now. Always remember the Cloud of Fairies has cycling. And no hit with the ninja. So we get value out of Tragic Slip instead. No sacrifice. Oh god. 7 mana, that's... No, we can't do that. Because... let's see if we find an untapped land. Then I can do Fume Spitter, Tragic Slip. And I do. Oh, wow. Crypt Rats will do work here. He doesn't even have... a 2 toughness creature. But now Muldrifter can attack. That would be a mistake, right? As we have the Crypt Rats. So we do nothing. And then we Crypt Rat for 1 and regenerate. And we did play a land again. Lag is making me missteps. I am ranting on the client. He didn't save a card in his hand. So I am just gonna go to town here. Regenerate the Ogre. Play the Crypt Rats. Crypt Rat for 1. Cycle the Barrenmoor. Play that thing. And swing with the Muldrifters. I'm telling him that I am god drawing and I have played this matchup at least 50 times, so that helps me quite a bit. Just like I said to you. This is what you get if you're a patron of Magic Gathering Strat. You can get beat up by me. And then I rant about it. Okay, no. He has to cycle. Cycle it. Giving him hints mid-game, but definitely a reason to cycle it there. But these are the things that are tricky the first time you play Delver. I remember the first time I played a Cloud of Fairies, I misclicked and didn't untap the lands. It was super embarrassing. Luckily that was not on video because I tried it earlier. So we are just attacking here. Actually, the cycle option on Cloud of Fairies, it's what truly makes it broken. Okay, this there is no chance that he will win this. There is no card in his deck that saves him here. He could have killed the Ogre. And maybe I should not have attacked with the Ogre, actually. I think I shouldn't. Saving my Tragic Slip and Fume Spitters for real creatures. And keeping the Ogre at home to get rid of counter spells. Let's move on. Yeah, we probably should. Okay, the sideboarding then. Here is the secret sideboard plan for Delver. Oh god, I played this so many times. Turns out that Undying is actually really, really bad against Delver. So we don't want that. Turns out that Shitting Rat is bad because they can't block stuff. But is Gurmag Angler bad? And I have replaced Shitting Rats with Gurmag Angler. I want Crypt Rat. I wanted Spinning Darkness. I want the Edicts. I wanted Spinning Darkness, but now I have Bottle Gnomes instead. And Bottle Gnomes doesn't do a whole lot, so I think just keeping the Anglers in is the solution here. Because as Anglers are in the deck, Spinning Darkness is gone. I'm considering reversing to Shitting Rats and Spinning Darkness, but then the deck is not developing at all. Power T isn't playing this deck anymore, he has moved on. And yeah, I want to try new stuff in the deck. If you have any suggestions, we have probably looked at it. We're getting close to 2,000 matches with this deck between us, me and Power T. This is a draw you really, really don't like, so I have to mulligan. And I feel kind of okay about it. I feel like I want him to win a duel now, because now I'm feeling bad as I forced him to play this. If you are a patron, you get, for $5, you get the grudge matches against me, like you can challenge me and play. This is a bonus for him. If you are a $2 patron, you get to ask me to play decks, not necessarily against you. But for example, your Bruce. So please support this project on patreon.com/magicgatheringstrat, because that's what keeps it going. Also give me any suggestions how we can improve Magic Gathering Strat. We have a limited capacity for work, but if there is something we can do that is easy to do and would improve it, we will do it. So tell me in the comments. Okay, there is no play. What the hell? I smell a spell status sprite here. Wow, the Angler looks bad. Should you aggressively mulligan when playing Delver against this deck? I don't know. I don't think people count with this deck. If you play Dimir, people expect you to play Teachings now. Okay, spell status sprite, danger. Can I play anything that is... Oh, no spell status sprite. Free play! Tragic Slip would be an awesome draw here. What's the right play here? I think it has to be Chainer's Edict to enable the Signing Blood so I don't miss land drops next turn. Or enable the Chainer's Edict next turn. But this is looking rough. Especially if he can ninja this Spire Golem and play a land and have counterspell ready. That could be the end for the good guys. Okay, we are not good guys. We are Dimir. Dimir is not good. Uh-oh, I fear the ninja! Ninja, 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 na, ninja, 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 ninja. No ninja! Well, I'm happy. A Delver. I'm not happy anymore. Signing Blood counterspell, that will suck. Chainer's Edict counterspell will also suck, and I play the life staff. I'm playing Signing Blood. If I draw a land, I can play the Chainer's Edict, but I don't want to miss the land drop here. I think that's critical, and I think he will counter it, of course, if he can. But as long as he doesn't spell stutter it, it's at least a 1-for-1. Here is the deprive. Setting him back in mana development, but setting me back quite a bit too. Fueling the angler. But now if he flips this Delver, I am in serious trouble. I F6'd because I don't have Spinning Darkness in my deck. Though I wouldn't be able to cast it anyway, but Spinning Darkness is pretty good on Delvers. Brainstorm has been cast in the main phase, which is kind of surprising as he didn't miss the land drop. And maybe if he's looking for a counterspell, he could do it in response to me. TheNightPorter, if you can tell me why you brainstormed main phase there, tell me. Well, now we know that it's gonna flip. And he probably has a counterspell as well, but I have to sign in blood again. Or is it Chainer's Edict? But being without Chainer's Edict doesn't feel good. And it's better to Gurmag Angler the sign in blood than a Chainer's Edict. Oh, look at that. So now I can sign in blood, and if it's countered, I can Chainer's Edict. Which will be pretty good. It is countered, so I Edict. So now I could cast Angler, but at a huge cost. So I think I'm probably better off just cycling the Muldrifter. If I don't draw anything. Here comes a flip Delver. An Angler doesn't really help against that. And nor would Chittering Grass, but they would not be in the sideboard. They would be Spinning Darknesses here that I could actually cast. So I don't know about our changes. Here comes another main phase Brainstorm. And 3 damage. Well, I'm gonna Muldrift. I don't have Undying Evil in the deck, so I can't luck into that. Oh god. And another Delver. I am in trouble, people. And I think playing the Baron more, but playing the Angler doesn't accomplish anything, and I need those. I'm gonna cycle a Muldrifter here. Or evoke it is the correct term, of course. Sorry about that. Look like I'm looking for Undying Evils, but I'm not. I could find Tragic Slips though. But I find Mr. Trinket Mage. And now I could actually cycle the Baron more and use the Terramorphic Expanse. But I am pretty close to dead here. He did Brainstorm last turn, so I expect this Delver to flip, and then I'm taking 8, and then I'm taking 6, leaving me dead. But it doesn't flip. Bad luck there. Well, maybe now, no, Angler doesn't do anything. If the Delver flips. 6. Yeah, I have to cast a Muldrifter. And of course it will be counterspelled. But none of my other creatures stop death. And actually Muldrifter doesn't either. So what about Trinket Mage? Can he do something here? Muldrifter, equip the life staff. Block the Delver. Yeah, if his last card is a counterspell, this is game. I think there is a better line here, but I cannot see it right now. Muldrifter resolves. And we get the tragic slip. Snap will kill me, but Snap will kill me anyway. So I equip. And that's it. I'm done. Let's see if I die. Flip my Delver. No, it's not my Delver. Flip, Mr. Delver. I'll be at 1 life, but it doesn't flip again. That's super unlucky after double brainstorm. Okay, block a Delver, die. Or we have to die because we have to gain the life and kill this Delver, so... Leaving me still at 6. And now he snaps. What? So if he snapped before attacking, I would have been dead. And here's a ninja. Okay, I probably can't recover there. Okay, if I can recover from this. Okay, I can't recover from this. Can I recover from this? Trinket Mage to block that guy. Augur. I'll definitely have to get Angler into play here. And then I have 5 mana. Angler Muldrifter doesn't save me. He wanted to do more damage, but he had the killing there. I think he has to kill again. What if I cycle the Muldrifter into all my other tragic slips? Still doesn't save me, does it? No, it doesn't. I think I'm dead. I know I'm dead. And even had I drawn all my tragic slips there, I would not have been able to recover. And now I'm just dead. So we move on to the final duel. No card for you, Mr. Delver. Okay, now I bragged about how good this deck is against Delver. So now I better deliver. Shooting rats are great at blocking ninjas, but that's the only thing they block in his deck. So I don't think... Oh, and unflipped Delvers. But that's not enough. But I sure miss Spinning Darkness. And the main advantage of bottlenose is of course the Grim Harvest loop with them. Would you like to play first? Well, yes, I would. This looks like a keep to me. It got the critical Fume Spitter. So Fume Spitter, Augur, and go from there. Augur is actually really good in this matchup because, as I said, he doesn't have true card draw. So Augur is fundamental in outvaluing him. Get the Fume Spitter online. Fume Spitter is super good. Stops spell status sprite. Stops the first turn Delver. And here you actually have the question if you play a first turn Delver into this guy. You're probably better off with the Brainstorm. And here it really doesn't matter if it is end of turn or not. Unless he has sideboard dispels. Which some Delver decks bring in against us. They are usually a mistake. As we don't have too many instants. We have the Tragic Slips. And actually it's even worse now when we switch to Chainish Edict from Diabolic Edict. But we did sideboard in Diabolic Edicts. This is a simple value Augur. But now his ninja has free reign. No, we will just kill a Cloud of Fairies. But there is no Cloud of Fairies. He's still digging. And that's what happens with the Delver deck some of the time because it's so greedy on mana. I did love Messel's 19 mana Delver deck, but nobody plays that anymore. And yes, it's Augur of Skull time. For 2 nice cards. Then we draw into land and can use Trinket Mage to get a capsule. He says he's only played about 50 games total on Magic Online. So then it's probably a nightmare to run into Trinket. He has a full grip of cards here, so Augur doesn't do much, but it's still a 2-for-1 and it is important for the long grind. And that's how we win. We survive the initial onslaught and then we grind them out. That's why the 2 Grim Harvests, for example, are still in my deck. There are a few matchups where we sideboard out Grim Harvest, but there are not many. Alright, so we attack. Now we can keep Diabolic Edict up. So I go for Terramorphic Expanse instead of the Aqueduct. So I can Diabolic Edict on his turn. Quicksand and Brainstorm goes. He says it was a hard choice. And of course you don't want to lose your Quicksands and your Brainstorms. Good to put your opponent on hard choices. There's that guy, and he is a prime Edict target. Of course. So let's start to accumulate some value with the Trinket Mage. What do we draw? Remove the stop in upkeep. Oh, value lands. All value here. Yeah, I'm getting a capsule. He still has 4 cards. I have 4 cards, but my lands count as 2 cards. Capsule. Aqueduct. Return the island. Always return the islands because of the crypt rats. Four mana, so now we can easily cast by a golem and a spellstat sprite on the capsule. That would put me in a bind, and I would probably play into open blue mana here. I would play crypt rats. A Delver arrives. And we just kill it. Kill on sight. So snap it back, play it again. That doesn't work because it wears off at end of turn. But the counter is still there. FFS. For fuck's sake, yeah. I don't know if I can say that on YouTube. Can I? Okay, we don't want to get the capsule spell stuttered, but this Fume Spitter will get spell stuttered. So now I can safely cast the capsule. Though he knew the capsule was coming, so maybe I was too ambitious there. But now I am in a pretty good spot. Having established control. And I will take home another victory against Delver. Yay! For the trinkets. There is some true card draw. Some Delver list run 2 gushes. I don't know what the school is now. I hope to be able to keep up with the dailies better now that I do this full time. But I do all of YouTube full time, not just Magic. So please check out my other YouTube channels. Hard Nerd Cafe, Fan of History. All the most relevant for you guys, I think. Mr. Angler. Well, I can even leave the creatures on in the graveyard and play the Angler. And now I win. Win it. In so many ways. I can win with Sign in Blood. I can win with... I just do 9 damage here. Thank you for watching. If you are a patron at the $5 level, please tell me when you want to grudge match. Not everybody has taken the matches against me. And I'm ready to do it. That will also generate extra content on the channel, as will the $2 requests. Thank you for watching.